up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Joannis or Joe Hatagwa. I'm a Sierra Leonean American living in West Africa. And if you want to know how Omarion or Omicron killed my Sierra Leone experience, then this is the video for you. Wow. All right, guys, I'm having some internet connectivity issues. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Hit the thumbs up. Let me know if you can hear me. My intro video did not play at all, so I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'm in Sierra Leone right now. I'm using my Wi-Fi. Let me know if you guys can hear me. But yeah, today's topic is how the Omicron, or what some people have been calling Omarion, has really killed my Sierra Leone experience so far. I got a lot to catch you up on. It's been but yeah, let you guys get on here so I can give you guys the update. I'm in Sierra Leone right now. For those who don't know, I see a bunch of new people joining, at least on Instagram Live. Some of you guys might be new joining on YouTube Live. First of all, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Twins Maker, Bubble Skills. Let me know if you guys can hear me. The Ram. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Just give me a thumbs up. And on YouTube, guys, give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. Let me know. Okay, Makia says she can hear me. Okay, great. Twins Maker said it just cut out. I'm having some internet connectivity issues, guys. You guys got to bear with me a little bit. I'm looking at my connection. It says I only have 1 bar. Connection is unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, try plugging it into a router. Don't have that option. So just let me know if the sound keeps going in and out, and I'll do what I can. Okay, MJ says she can hear me. Great. On Instagram, you guys can hear me too. Cool. All right, cool. Oh man, I just came from my mother's 75th birthday event. We got T-shirts made. I don't know if you guys could see it. I'm gonna show it to you guys. Joya is 75 and still gracefully buzzing. Birthday celebrations. I didn't come up with that. It was presented to me, and I just wore it. So yeah, but I'm gonna give you guys some time to get on. What a crazy week it's been. It's been wild. It's been wild here in Sierra Leone. Good, bad, and ugly. I'll give you all. Yeah, I'm gonna catch you guys up. Twins Maker, let me know if it still keeps cutting out. And on YouTube, is it cutting out for you guys, or is my connection stable? I don't know if you can hear that dog barking, but there's a dog barking outside right now too. Neighborhood dog barks. Yes, that's a cough. As far as I know, it's not a COVID cough, though. At least not for me. Okay, intro played. Sound is good. Connection is decent, but all good. Okay, good. Thanks, MJ. I appreciate that. All right, cool. So first things first, before we oh, yeah. Everyone's saying happy birthday to my mom. Thank you. Is it Babber Leon? Leon Babber. Thank you. What's good? Yeah, happy birthday to my mom. Her birthday was actually December 4th, but we are doing a celebration here in Sierra Leone. She actually is here in the other room right now. I was not sure that I can make her be a guest on today's live today. Maybe we can. We'll see. We'll see how she feels. I'm definitely gonna interview her though. Okay, African Rum Punch. Love the name. African Rum Punch says you can hear me. Okay, good. Yo, man, this Omicron, Marion, whatever you guys are calling it on the internet these days, man, it has been a hindrance, a nuisance on my my last week. But before I get into it, let me give you guys updates on the channel. So again, it seems like there's a lot of new people here, both on YouTube and on Instagram, at least for the first time messaging or commenting. So first things first, my name is Joannis or Joe Hatagwa. For those of you on YouTube, that's how you know me. On Instagram, you may not know me. You may just know the channel Authentic African, but I'm the person behind it. I am the one who comes up with the content. I do have a social media manager in Nigeria that tends to manage a lot of the comments because we are a team and it takes a village. So for those of you who don't know me, I work full time at a company called Jumia. It's an e-commerce store. I work here on the continent. I have a 14-year career in advertising, moved to Ghana, and I have a property in Sierra Leone, a business in Sierra Leone, and I'm dual citizen of Sierra Leone and the U.S. And I am working on building my property partly while I'm here. Um, oh, so somebody's saying Omarion messed up a lot in the UK too, and it's Babir. It looks like Leon means big in my language. Shout out to you. What's your language? Let me know. All right, cool. So let's do a little housekeeping, get some housekeeping out the way. I did some intros. I am still coughing, which is crazy. But let's get the intros out the way. So we got the intros out the way. Let me give you guys the some housekeeping. So I had been on this journey to do 30 videos a day for 30 days this month. And I was not able to get to it this week. I've only done just this video starting this week. It has been crazy, man, and just a lot going on here. I'm gonna get into it in a second, but not ideal in terms of how things have worked out. But we're gonna make the best of it, and I'm gonna do what I can to try to enjoy, but also still share with you what the experience is like here in Sierra Leone for the Christmas holiday. Those of you who have been following me for a while, I took a poll. I was asking people, about 70% of the people in the poll said they wanted me to do content from Sierra Leone versus Ghana, because there are a ton of other people doing content in Ghana. And I feel like there are not a lot of people letting people know what Sierra Leone is like in December. And so, that's one of the things. I can't answer it now because I'm in the middle of a live, but the rental car company, the guy who owns it is calling me right now, or the other driver is calling me right now. I'm gonna have to call him back when it's over. Um, yeah, I can't answer it, so he should be heading home for the day. Okay, cool. So hopefully he doesn't call back. All right. So I was trying to do videos, 30 videos a day for 30 days. And what ended up happening, this guy is calling me back again on my other number, isn't he? Sorry guys. This is one of those things that, like, I'm on live and I can't answer it, and I also can't shut this phone off. So you guys are getting to see things happen in real time. Let me send him. Let me just call him back real quick and tell him I'm on live on YouTube right now and I can't talk to him because he keeps calling me and he's not stopping. So sorry guys. This is some real time action. This is how things go down here. Everything is a rush. Everything is all in real time. This is him calling me. Here we go. Abdul. Yes. What's up? Okay, cool. Okay, I did on live, so I get for I get for call you back. I did on YouTube live. Waiting. Okay, we don't know. We know to use the motor for tomorrow. We don't know. Nah, today not the last day. Okay, I get for add up. So well, I did on live, so you get for give me like 1 hour for so I can eat the money. I know it will do it now. Okay, kind of morning. Okay, bye. Okay. By 8 o'clock, oh, you get for come before 8 because I can't left 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. Okay. Okay, bye. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. It's a whole thing with drivers, and so my normal driver is not in Freetown. He's in one of the provinces, and we've had to rent vehicles for the last couple of days, which is a whole nother thing. And so dealing with all of this has just been challenging, but we're getting it done. So who do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Okay, so just running through some of the comments here. Twin Maker says he's new to the channel. Well, shout out to you, Twin Maker. Thanks for stopping by. Helen Brown says, "What's up? Hey, what's up, Helen? What's up?" And then Babir says, I can't wait to see the day Africa prosper as a whole. We will. We'll get there. That's what we're talking about. So King Wilfred said, what's the topic for the day? The topic of today is how Omarion, or the Omicron variant, killed my Sierra Leone trip. It's been crazy. Um, okay. So Australian, Babir is Australian. Helen is asking how my Christmas was. Um, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. I'll give you guys an update in a second. Twins Maker is saying 30 videos a day or 30 videos a week. I was doing, excuse me. I was doing 30 videos in 30 days. That meant one video per day for 30 days. Okay. Only One is here. Shout out to Only One. What's up? And David's here. What's up, David? All right, cool. So I was gonna do 30 videos in 30 days, and that leads me to my first update. I got a little sick. I had, I don't know, a cough, runny nose, headache, a few like other symptoms, right? This was after going out with a couple of friends to an event. And the next morning, I was planning on that day. I was planning on actually getting a COVID test, and then I got a phone call that morning that one of my friends who was there tested positive for COVID. And then I found out another friend who was there tested positive for COVID. So that was obviously concerning because I had family coming. I already had family that came in the night before. I had other family coming. My mom was coming the next day. And so it was very concerning. So I went to, and I did have one friend who was in that group who was with us at that party the night before who tested negative. So I went to get a test. I tested negative for COVID, but I am dealing with some kind of cold or something, right? So I did two tests. I did a rapid test and I got another test that's like a 48-hour test. And I've still been observing social distancing, driving with the windows down if we're even in a car together, masking at all times. I've been wearing this N95 mask to try to make sure I'm protecting those around me in case I end up becoming positive at some point, if I show up as positive. Um, so yeah. Oh well, yeah. So that has been the crazy thing that's happened. Now, what does that mean in terms of my trip? So actually, let me get back. So in terms of the content, so I'm better now. Obviously, I'm live, and I've been out a couple times since. No drinking, just hanging out. I wanted to record the content for you all. There's actually a balling event, balling over 30, so people over 30 for this event. I wanted to go to this event so I could show you guys what it looks like. It's a little bit more grown and sexy kind of event, and I wanted you guys to see what that looks like here. I'll consider going after I'm done this live. I don't know because I've been out all day, running around all morning, and then doing my mom's birthday party celebration all afternoon and into the early evening. I literally got home at like 8, after 8, and after we figured out a whole bunch of other stuff, I got on a live here at a little after 9. So anyway, it's really changed everything. So we have a crew called the Party Starters here in Sierra Leone, and the name speaks for itself. And a few members of the crew have tested positive. A few other members have not. So I don't know what that means, but I still have a cough, persistent cough, um, which sucks. And so I'm always trying to separate myself from the larger group, but I also want to get some content for you all because I want people to know what Sierra Leone is like in December. Everyone gets a chance to see what Ghana is like in December. Not many people know what Sierra Leone is like. Um, so I wanted to make sure I did that. And so I'm still going to what events I can go to where I know they're mostly outside or there are places where, that I know are trying to adhere to strict protocols where necessary or where available. And so, but what does that mean? That means that all of the events that we had on the agenda, we're missing half the crew. Not only that, we're missing part of the crew that used to kind of be the ones that rallied everybody to make sure they knew who all was going, the logistics, how much we're paying. Because the thing is, when you go to these events, the best thing to do is get a table. And to get a table, the most cost effective way to do so is to have between 5 and 10 people pitch in on the table, right? Because it turns anything that's like a $500 fee into $50 or even $25, depending on how many people there are, right? And so when you don't have that many people, figuring out how to do it does become a challenge. And so, I don't know if it's always cost effective to get a table as a group. And it just means you go in general population, which is still fun. But obviously, for me at this age and how I like to do things, I tend to like to chill in a section. That's how I'm more like how I like to do things. And I more like to talk to people, network, and whatever. And it's always better to have a table at these events. And also, I'm a people watcher, right? I like to watch what's going on, how people are doing, what they're doing. And when you got your own section, you can do that. So right now, we're trying to still figure out what the rest of this trip is going to look like. My sister is in town for the first time in 2 years. She's here with a boyfriend. He's never been here, and his experience so far has been crazy. So let me walk you through what happened. Beyond how the Omicron has been an issue here, it's actually been an issue elsewhere. So my mom took her COVID test last Sunday to get on her flight to come out here, right? Her result, she took it at CVS. So those of you who are planning to travel, don't take your test at CVS in the US. Don't do it because, or at least where she was, they didn't give her test results back until 2 days after her original flight was supposed to leave, which, by the way, she ended up missing. And the next flight wasn't until 2 days later. So my mother was supposed to leave on Wednesday. She didn't leave until Friday and got in early morning, Saturday morning, which I'm going to tell you all about that in a second. My sister and her boyfriend left Newark. My mom was leaving from Florida, which was routing through Chicago into Brussels, then to Sierra Leone. But she got rerouted and moved later. My sister and her boyfriend ended up coming on Friday morning, early morning, but they were supposed to arrive Thursday night, but that's a whole nother thing too, which I'll get to. But their flight was delayed. They were supposed to leave on Wednesday as well. So my mom and my sister and her boyfriend were all supposed to be on the same flight coming into Sierra Leone on from Brussels Airlines on Wednesday. Neither of them landed on Wednesday, which threw a wrench in the rest of my plans because Wednesday night was a night of a party, but then Thursday, Friday were other parties and Saturday were other parties where I was planning for them to come with me. So, so here's what happened. My sister's flight was delayed from Newark. She gets to Brussels. She misses her connecting flight to come to Sierra Leone. So she's stuck in Brussels overnight. So that's Wednesday night into Thursday. Or is it Thursday night into Friday? No, Wednesday night into Thursday. So she ends up coming Thursday night, late night. But when you land in Sierra Leone, you get your bags, you do your COVID test, you get on Sea Coach, and then you come across, right? There's like these steps to the process. Number one, the airline lost her bag. She still has yet to even get her bag yet. Hopefully we'll get it tomorrow, but she's yet to get her bag. So the airline lost her bag. It was in transit, all these different places, but it wasn't here. So that's one. Two, when you get here, you're supposed to take a boat across, but because of the way everything was structured, they were waiting an extra hour to let everybody on the boat that gets across. So anyway, by the time, just to skip through all of it, by the time my sister arrived here in Sierra Leone, it was 2:30 a.m. when her flight was supposed to arrive at 8:30 p.m. the previous day. Same thing happened the very next night when my mom came. And so it just threw a wrench in everything from their standpoint and trying to now schedule everything in a much more condensed timeline. Like, for instance, my mom's birthday today, she had like gift bags she wanted to give out. My sister had the gift bags in her suitcase that got lost. Also, we were supposed to go up to the house that I'm building, and we didn't get a chance to do that because everything is happening in a condensed timeline. It just really messed all of that up. Okay. Before I get into the rest of the story about everything else going on here locally, let me get through some of the comments. So we got Babir says, "You really are authentic, brother. Thank you. Speaking Creole, I have to learn it." Oh yeah, I was speaking Creole earlier um, to my driver. So Twins Maker is saying he's from Jamaica and he speaks Patois. He had a friend from Sierra Leone. Um, yeah. So and they said he to a party, and they all spoke the language. And he understood everything. He was shocked. They were so shocked that they had to teach. Yeah, so patois is a lot like our pidgin, which in Sierra Leone is actually a language, but in Ghana and Nigeria they call it pidgin because it's not considered an actual language. But there are a lot of words that are very similar to patois. Um, I think we say Pekin, you guys say Pickney or something like that. You have to correct me, but yeah, there are some similarities, there are some differences, but yeah, some of the words are the same as it is in Jamaica. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Um, yeah, and so yeah, and King Wilfred saying he heard some of the similarities. He was, yeah, and of course Portuguese, but Creole, many people. Yeah, okay. So there's a whole conversation going on. Um, so Twins Maker saying, do you have to be vaxxed to go to Ghana? Yeah, and to enter Ghana, you have to be vaccinated. Twins Maker is a female. Sorry if I refer to you as a male. My apologies. Mr. Bounce Los Angeles just joined. What's up? What's up? Twins Maker. Yeah, Twins Maker says Pickney is how you guys say Pekin in Jamaican patois. For us, we say Pekin, but very similar. David says feel better. Thanks. Symptoms aren't too bad. It's just a persistent cough. I mean, I'm not in pain or anything. It's just annoying because if I talk for an extended period of time, a cough presents itself. Okay, so getting back to this whole Omicron thing. So, we have a team, we have a system, we have a process. Every year I come here, we get tables at every place that we go to, and I had a Google Doc where I listed out all the places we were going, all the parties we were going to, and now we're dealing with like a fraction of the crew. There was a party, the chemist party, that was like last night. My sister and her boyfriend really wanted to experience a night out here, so we went to the chemist party. It's one of the parties. I mean, they're definitely a great group. I'm going to be interviewing the founder and CEO of Chemist, so you guys definitely going to want to check that out. He went to college in London and came back and built this business, an incredible business. And so I definitely want to share what he's doing with you guys. But it's not the only party. It's many big parties that happen here, and we just they had to miss so many of them. So yeah, I mean it sucks because I have friends who are quarantining for the last 5 days, and I think there's another 5 days of quarantining, which means they're going to quarantine well into the new year. So they're going to miss the New Year's Eve parties and all the other parties before then. It just really sucks. It really sucks. Um, Also, I invited a few of them to my mom's birthday, but they couldn't come because of the circumstances. And so yeah, they're like just not ideal. But this is the flyer, the magnets that we were giving out for my mom's birthday. If you're looking on Instagram, it looks backwards. Basically, it says Joya's 75th birthday party, December 4th, 2021. It says, what does it say? Give thanks to the Lord for he is good. His love endures forever. Psalm 118, verse 1. Anyway, we have a very religious family. I went to a memorial service at a church that my grandfather was a reverend at, and it's a big church actually. And it was interesting to hear the story of my grandfather, his brothers, and just getting his history because I was not aware of it. So all of it's been like an education in my family history. But yeah, this trip has been it's been trippy, put it that way. I mean, just so many issues going wrong. Then the first place we stayed at just was not it. It was just not ideal. So there were a lot of issues with the accommodations. So we moved into this new spot. Well, I've done a live from here before. I've done other videos from here before. I actually did the 10 things I wish I knew before coming to Sierra Leone here. So in this place that I'm staying now, I've done a bunch of videos, and so I'll be doing a bunch more like this live. Probably not next Monday's live because I'll probably be somewhere else. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, that's been my situation. So we got some comments. MJ is saying symptoms for O are regular cold symptoms and seem normal for around this time of year. I mean, I usually don't get sick. I usually don't get colds. My immune system is such. But this year it seems that somebody hit me with something. Somebody nearby me got me with something. So Helen Brown is asking, how long are you staying in Sierra Leone for? It's a great question. So I bought a one-way ticket. I don't have a plan on when I'm going back. I do plan to go back to Ghana, of course. Just as of right now, I have work to do on the house, and we're deciding whether or not to move forward with the current contractor. We had a long discussion, and I had to just tell him that I can't have any. How can I have confidence in him to build a three-story structure when he can't even complete the job of doing the boys' quarter, which is a one-story structure, two-bedroom, two bathrooms, right? Uh, it just doesn't make sense. Makita says hi. What's up, Makita? So I can't trust the guy to be able to complete that job. And so because of that, I've told him that it's unlikely that we're going to move forward with him as a contractor. He's also been sick. So I mean, I'll give him that excuse for the last week, but like that doesn't excuse him for the last 6 months. And so I've already told him it's unlikely we're going to move forward with him. I have another contractor that I'm meeting with this week to see if we can talk about the pricing and what he's doing, what he's working on, so I can see what other stuff he's done, but also see if he's qualified to do the work that I need. And then I'm also going to be meeting with another contractor that I've yet to get the information from for him, but the guy who owns the hotel that I'm in, or the house that I had been staying in, like last Monday when I did the live, he has a contractor that he trusts. And so I'm going to check in with him on his contract and see what his contractor's doing. But man, it has been an experience. I've never had an experience like this in Sierra Leone. I ran into some bumps in the road the first time I came here. We were unprepared. Spent the night at at the airport, near the airport. One year that I came here, and that was just not ideal. And now we're dealing with all these other issues. It's not fun. But you know, keep calm and carry on, as they say, right? And it's all about perseverance. So, with all that being said, let me open it up to you guys. Oh, you know what? Let me walk you through what I've done so far. Let you know what the week has been like, so you know that I'm alive. I'm here, just not in my best form. So, first things first. I went to the Ballin party. Ballin's one of the big parties here. They have three major parties, two this year, one early next year. The Ballin party, the main party is a pool party. The party tonight is a grown and sexy party, 30 and over. I'm deciding whether or not I'm going to go to tonight. I don't know if I'm going to go tonight, but I wanted to go because I wanted to show you guys it. But I went to Ballin, the original Ballin. Definitely got footage of that, so you guys will get a chance to see that. It's a pool party, so but mostly goes into night. So if you've ever been to a pool party in LA, if you ever watched a music video, mostly rap music videos at a pool party, you get the idea of what a pool party looks like. This is like that. We also went to the chemist event last night. That was pretty fun. I will say I have been running around crazy over the last couple of days and been really instrumental in trying to secure transportation and a bunch of other stuff, accommodations while here. And it's exhausting. I'm just so happy that I took the time off of my day job to be able to do it. Otherwise, I don't know how I would have the bandwidth to do all the stuff that I've had to do. Work with two different rental car companies, each having their own different drivers, having to work out accommodations, deal with the accommodations where we were staying and leaving early, and then the new accommodations of the place that I'm moving to, having to get that set up. That was also a process, and so it's just been one of those weeks where uh, I'm handling it all. I also had to get alcohol this morning for the party, alcohol, soft drinks, and ice and water, and so so it's been a bit of a wild ride this last week. I am going to need to spend some time like just resting. I need to get some rest. It's necessary. Okay. So, any questions for me? You guys have any questions? I know I'm like sounding like dead right now because um, I've got this cough, but happy to answer any questions about what the week has been like. I named all the events that I've gone to. Oh, my mom's birthday party. So, those of you who are new to this live right now and haven't seen it, this is the shirt that we all were asked to wear. We did her party. I was asked to speak on behalf of the siblings, her children, and then my sister also spoke as well, just to kind of bring it home because I didn't use my notes and I tried to go from memory and I definitely didn't get out everything I wanted to say. You guys can probably relate to that where you try to go from memory, you're speaking in front of a crowd and you sit down and you're like, oh, I missed like all the important parts. There was like another half of the speech I could have gone and I went from memory, which was not a good idea, especially because I have so many things going on at the same time. I wasn't able to recall all the information necessary to try to make sure I got out the best speech from one of our children. But my sister stepped in afterwards, brought it all home, so it worked out. But it was great to hear all the stories of the different people that were there, people that she's known since she was college age, and she's 75, right? So it's people she's known over 50 years that came and spoke. So that was cool. That was really cool. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to interview her for my channel. You know, she seems to be agreeable to that. I think she's going to do it, and I want to get a chance to get her story in front of you all. What her experience was like. We talked about it last week, and so she's in agreement now. So I'm going to work on what makes the most sense to do the interview, and make sure that I share it with you all. All right, cool. Any questions for me, guys? We're light on questions today, on Instagram and on Facebook. Usually, there's many questions by now. Let me know if you got any questions. All right, you know what? Let's do this. In the meantime, where's everybody from? Everybody who's on the live, let me know where you're from. If you haven't already told me where you're from, let me know where you're from. I want to hear it. I want to hear where you're from and what brought you to this channel. Let's do that, and then I'll read it out loud. So you guys let me know where you're from, what brought you to this channel, and I want to be able to read through that and let you guys know what people are saying. So while we do that, I'll let you know that today's birthday was really great. The birthday party was great. I think my mom had a good time. I had a good time. We learned a lot. Very impassioned speeches. My uncle reminded us and my aunt reminded us that my mom sponsored them when she came here and brought them over. And so I think three of her siblings she sponsored and brought over, and then other family members and friends she helped with. So, you know, it was really great to be reminded of that and to hear that. All right, so David said he's from California. But David, tell me how you got to the channel. I can't remember what you said, how you got to the channel. Only one says she's still visiting Rwanda and loving it. Shout out to you being in Rwanda. I've heard Rwanda is a great place to visit. I haven't been yet. It's on my list, deeper on my list. I definitely want to go for sure. You know, Hotel Rwanda is one of my favorite movies. An amazing movie. And just like Blood Diamond, you should not look at it as a reflection of the country, but it is a reminder of the country's history. All right, cool. So King Wilfred's in South Florida, and he went to Sierra Leone 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago. Yes, I think you remember that. He said, let's see. What did he say? How did you find out about the channel? So yeah, let me know, Queen Wolford, how did you find out about the channel? Twinsmaker said, I live in London. I he saw me pop up in his feed, I guess, on YouTube. The name drew me in. Nice, nice, great. I am Kiba Cone says, I just want to know how you beginning to know that. I just want to know how you beginning to know that true world. It's going good so far. It's going good so far. I love it. But challenges. All right. So African Rum Punch says, from NYC by way of Trinidad and Tobago out to Trinidad and Tobago. African ancestry linked me to Sierra Leone. The universe did the rest. Nice. So that's how you saw my video. That's how you found my channel. Great. Well, you know that you can get your citizenship in Sierra Leone if you decide to go. You just need to show proof from African ancestry that you got it. That you're African, that you're of Sierra Leonean descent. We're the only country right now that does it. Which I think is really, really good. And it just gives you the opportunity beyond Sierra Leone. You get your Sierra Leone citizenship, right? It also allows you to change it, to use the ECOWAS passport. And ECOWAS is Economic Community of West African States. It's about 22 nation states or so, 21 nation states. And it allows you to travel around to all these countries without visas. So if you want to go to Nigeria, Ghana, Senegal, Ivory Coast, Togo, a bunch of countries. You can go to all of them without having to get a visa once you get your Sierra Leone citizenship by um, by doing your African ancestry. So I definitely recommend doing that. But African Rum Punch, I think that's awesome. Okay. So David says, I came across about your channel, keeps showing up in my recommended list. Great. I love to hear that. I love to hear that. MJ says she's from Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. So Brooklyn was the last place I lived before I left the US. And I was living in Brooklyn before I moved to LA for 4 years. So MJ says she wants to bring her friends for investment in Africa. She's never visited, but she's ready to experience it. Probably East Africa first. Yeah, there are a bunch of places that people recommend in East Africa. I mean, Nairobi probably makes the most sense. Nairobi, Kenya is probably a good place to dip your toe in the water. I hear good things. My boss is from there. He always talks about it. He loves it. So I recommend that. African Rum Punch says, I plan on it. I think that was coming to Africa and getting her citizenship. Nice. MJ says, you popped up in my browse feed and I've been a fan since. Love the energy and info. Thank you, MJ. I appreciate that. And African Rum Punch said, oh wow. Yes, you can get yours at the ECOWAS stuff. Yeah. So it just makes your life a whole lot easier. Also, COVID test is cheaper for ECOWAS passport holders. So whereas like for instance, going to Ghana, if you're not an ECOWAS passport holder, it's $150 to get your COVID test. If you're an ECOWAS passport holder, it's $50. So it does shave off $100 off the cost of your COVID test. Now that's what it is currently. I don't know if that's going to change, but if you can, I would make that recommendation. Now to get your dual citizenship, you do have to go to Sierra Leone. With African ancestry is doing trips to Sierra Leone, and they're helping people go in December. And other times of the year, they've already done it a couple of times. So definitely go to African Ancestry, check them out, because the CEO, if I'm not mistaken, is coming on those trips to Sierra Leone and getting other people to come with them. So definitely would make sense to come out here. MJ says, according to my ancestry, Mendez in my DNA. So interested in Sierra Leone citizenship. Yeah, so I'm also a Mende as well. My dad is half Mende. And so, yeah, I would definitely, recommend coming out here. My dad's actually staying at the old Chief compound, and there was an American who went to Bo, which is where Mende tribe originates, and my dad actually was the person who gave them their Mende name, And so I don't know if he would do that for you. It all depends on when you go and what the situation is, but it does happen from time to time. So that was actually interesting. He just told me that yesterday. Actually, I didn't know about that. What else we got? So it looks like Twins Maker said I just showed up. I pushed on my end. I'm guessing you meant like I showed up in your feed. King Wilfred said I was on YouTube and interested about Sierra Leone. Started watching. Great, good. Helen Brown says I'm from the UK. I want to move to Ghana. My son showed me my channel. Awesome, awesome. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. All right, cool. What else we got? Okay. I am Kibakone is from the Ivory Coast. A good friend of mine, Luke, is from the Ivory Coast. Okay, King Wilfred is asking, what else can you do with an ECOWAS besides visa free to other countries? Is there business opportunities with it? So technically, business opportunities, no. But as a citizen in Sierra Leone, it makes it easier to open a business. Foreigners have to go through a different process to start a business in Sierra Leone than Sierra Leoneans. So if you are Sierra Leonean and you can get your Sierra Leonean citizenship, because you you can trace it back to your DNA. You can start a business, makes it easy. Opening a bank account makes that whole process easier. So once I got my Sierra Leone passport, I bought land, started a business, and opened a bank account. So you can do all of that with the Sierra Leone passport. But as far as ECOWAS is concerned, it just makes it easier and free to travel between the countries. But it also is the same in Ghana. If you're Ghanaian, it's not the same with African ancestry and just having a small percentage. But if one of your parents are born in Ghana, you can go to Ghana and get your citizenship, if I'm not mistaken. And if also, yeah, actually, maybe let me rewind, double check what the rules and laws are in Ghana, but it makes it easier to buy land, makes it easier to start a business, all of that if you are a Ghanaian citizen. So if you have access to Ghanaian citizenship through, if you're already dating and planning to marry or married to a Ghanaian, you can get your Ghanaian citizenship. And I think you have to check on the parental rules, but whatever your parents are, I think you can also become a Ghanaian citizen through that process. All right, cool. All right, what do we got? Um, all right, looks like no other questions on Instagram Live right now. King Wilfred says thank you. Of course, of course. Lucas Brown says thank you. Um, or MJ says should be there in 2022. Nice. We'd love to have you. Make sure you get out to Sierra Leone for sure. Okay. Excuse me. Rude Doctor says, did I miss? Are the borders closed or are things shutting down once you get in? As of right now, no, but that could change at any moment. Root doctors. So my issue is that I have a friend who is tested positive for COVID, and two friends, multiple friends, I should say, tested positive. 'Cause now I'm just thinking about more people. Multiple friends tested positive for COVID, and they are quarantining right now, which means it's greatly reduced the amount of time we're planning to spend out and the parties we were planning to go to and all of that. So that is why I mentioned that the Omarion, as people are so affectionately calling it on the internet, has really put a damper in our plans. A damper. What am I? 85 years old. All right. What do we got? So David says, "How was the process at Lunge Airport?" Yeah, it was a mess. It takes a lot longer now because of all these issues. So normally it would take an hour and a half or so, like an hour to get your stuff, to get your test, to get out. Now it's like at least an hour and a half, and then you wait an hour for the next flight to come in because they want to get all of those flights in on those couple of boats and try to make as few trips as possible. Maybe because of the fuel, and they don't want to use up all the fuel going back and forth 45 minutes across the water to an hour, 45 minutes to an hour across the water. And so, yeah, so you land at 9 and you don't get to wherever you're going till 3:30. It's just, it is what it is. It's a crazy process. He says, "Are they starting to expand the airport?" Not yet. They from what I've seen anyway, I don't think so. They haven't started. And this is the airport in Sierra Leone, the Lunga Airport, for those of you who aren't aware. Let me see if I got any other people, any questions. Does anybody want to go live with me today? Maybe take a little bit of the strain off of my own voice, and let's hear somebody else's voice today. Let me know. If not, that's cool too. I'm gonna need a snack. Guys, I don't think I'm going out tonight. Once I've done this live, I may just lean back and fall asleep because I am tired. But it's been a great day today. I started it early, started at 8 a.m. You know, after going out last night and taking my sister and her boyfriend out. We were out till I think I got home at 2:30. But that's been my day the last few days. Is I'm out having a good time, or I'm out waiting at C Coach where my mom tested, and 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 so yeah, that's just I've been getting up at 8 a.m. every day. Helen Brown asked a really great question. If your friends tested positive, aren't you meant to isolate as well? Technically, yes, but I don't know exactly when they contracted it, and I tested negative, and another friend tested negative. Otherwise, I would have isolated, but I tested negative. Even with the cough and everything, I tested negative. So I feel like it's another cold. Um, so, so yeah, that is why I haven't self-isolated. But that is a good question, and that's a good point. But in this case, since multiple of us tested negative, I have not decided to isolate. But that's a good question. Um, so MJ says, why can't we super chat? MJ, great question. So let me tell you guys about this whole situation. Some of you guys don't know this, but my channel is not monetizing right now. Although I qualify for monetization, my videos are not monetizing right now. Most people would decide not to continue to do content until their channel is back to being monetized, but I don't care, man. It's about getting this content out to you guys and get this information to you all and offering value to the marketplace. But basically, what happened was for your YouTube channel, you get mailed a physical pin and a pin number, right? With some kind of whatever digit code, 6-digit code, 4-digit code, I can't remember what it is. You're supposed to put it in your AdSense account, and after it has to be done within a certain time frame after you have qualified, or even before you've qualified. But it needs to be done in order to continue to be qualified to be paid by YouTube. And I never received my pin. I've had it sent twice, and you can only have it done 3 times before they stop doing it. And so I had it sent to my apartment. They never got it. I had it sent to my office, and they seem to have never gotten it. So as of right now, I'm contemplating how I need to get the third one sent, because I have been going 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks without monetization, and my channel is growing. And of course, I could be generating more income for myself through this channel, but it is what it is right now. But that is why we can't super chat, or why you can't super chat. And I really appreciate you asking, which means you are willing to support the channel by super chatting. Which what that means, super chat means that you are willing to drop a donation for the channel, and then send a message through that donation or payment, I guess, to the channel. So the fact that you asked that question means that you're willing to support financially, which I love. Thank you, MJ. But as of right now, the capabilities are not there. Okay. So Haji says, get well soon, bro. Thank you. Multifaceted Shay says, what type of test, nose or mouth? Both. Both. I had the nose and mouth test done. And Multifaceted said, deep nosedive or light? The deep one, like inside, 5 seconds in one nostril, in the same thing, throat. Yeah, in terms of the test. David says, super chat takes 30%. It's preferable you donate directly. That way, you benefits. Thank you, David. See, I love the followers of the channel. Only one says, "Do not bring up Hotel Rwanda when you visit here because it will spark a heated discussion." I did visit the actual hotel. It's called Hotel. That I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not even gonna try. But I guess it's like Demel. Yeah. Anyway, um, that's good to know. That's good to know. I would say with things like that, people can be really sensitive because, although it's a great movie, Hollywood takes creative liberties on different stories, right? And and when that happens, people who are impacted or who lived it don't always love the way it shows up or how it comes out. I know with Blood Diamond, from everyone I've spoken to, they say it's historically accurate. It's not based on any real figures. I think Hotel Rwanda is the same way. I don't think it's based on any real figures. You guys correct me if I'm wrong, but it's based on a real circumstance and a situation that happened. When I talk to people here about Blood Diamond, I think what they love about it is that it at least puts Sierra Leone on the map so people know who Sierra Leone is. It sounds like in Rwanda, people don't love it so much. So that's good to know. Put that in your mental Rolodex for all of you planning to travel to Rwanda. Don't mention it. Okay. Oh, can I put my PayPal or Cash App? I will do that. Thank you, MJ. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So, what is my PayPal? Okay, I'll just do the PayPal email, and you guys can shoot donations there. That'll be awesome. So the PayPal email is this: jhitagwa@gmail.com. See, PayPal email, so you guys can send any donations there if you want. Thank you very much. Multifaceted says, "Damn, I don't know what to because I'm slow to getting around to these." Um, So Haji says ECOWAS passports gives you 90 days to stay in 15 countries without a visa, and Sierra Leone and Gambia allowing citizens to stay in open businesses without a residency permit. There you go. There you go. See, I love how the chat always gives extra information to the group. You guys are awesome for that. It's always helpful because I'm, of course, am limited in my knowledge. I only know what I've come across and what I read. And some of you are doing some more research. And so I love that you guys can help answer these questions. Robert asks, is Robert Grissom? Yeah. Do Sierra Leoneans talk about the movie Amistad? Not really. That's what I was saying before. If it comes up, which I brought it up, of course. My cousin was actually in it, by the way. My cousin had a role in it. I mentioned to you guys all that my cousin's an actor, he and director and producer, and he and I co-produced with other people, of course, co-produced a short film, two short films. One called Irish Goodbye. The other one's called uh, Last. Whoa, no, not Last King of Scotland. That's something else. German King. The German King is another one that we produced, co-produced. The German King did really well in the festival circuit. We were qualified for the Academy Awards. We did not get in, but we did qualify. So he's in Blood Diamond. So check it out. Uh, and Robert was just correcting himself. Yes, I'm gonna stop. African Punch Rum Punch says, "Wow, thank you." I'm guessing that's for what you can get with a ECOWAS passport. Okay, only one says Hotel Rwanda was based on a real person. Okay, so it was based on a real person. Got it. But of course, creative liberties were taken because it's Hollywood. I can tell you, having worked on a short film, creative liberties have to be taken to some degree. The best thing to do, though, is to try to involve as many people who have the historical knowledge as possible and stay true to the story. I think one thing that I heard recently about what is this 50 Cent show? It's about BMF. Is it called BMF? Is it called BMF? That show on Power? On Power. That show on Stars. The family was heavily involved. The NWA movie, most of them were heavily involved, and so most of the team who were involved and most of the people from the BMF group seem to be happy with how it turned out. If you involve those who were in in the circumstances in which you've created the movie about, it tends to have one, a better reception from the general public, and two, from the people who were involved. Like Venus and Serena were involved in the King Richard movie. So I'm sure there's, obviously it has to be historically accurate. And so, but I know that from time to time, Hollywood takes their creative liberties and people do not always love how they depict their stories. So, all right, what do we got? Oh yeah, King Wilford says the show's called BMF. Cool, yes, thank you. The whole 50 television show universe is really I've been enamored with it, to be honest with you. I watch all his shows. I didn't always like 50 as a person, but I was a big fan of his music for that first album and the first G Unit album. But yeah, what he's done in television is unprecedented. So Haji is saying Haji. Oh, sorry. Multifaceted is asking Haji if Haji is in Gambia. Haji can answer that question in live. David said also if you use Streamlabs, you can multi-stream to you and Instagram, and you can take donations that way. Streamlabs. I may have to leave StreamYard, guys. If I could do Instagram and YouTube on Streamlabs, sounds like I might be the winner. This might be my last StreamYard live stream because it is a challenge to try to go back and forth, right? Like, I don't know if you guys can notice it, and maybe you guys do on my lives, but I definitely go back and forth. Um, the two between the two, right? Out Instagram Live is here, YouTube Live is over here, and how I'm doing it is on my desktop, my laptop. I'm on YouTube Live and Facebook Live, and on my phone I'm on Instagram Live. But I'd love to do it all on one. I heard that you couldn't do it with Instagram, but I'll have to check out Streamlabs for sure. King Wilfred says I don't support 50 pennies. 50 cent. I get it. Yeah, I mean, listen. Here's my thing. I may have had some challenges with some things pertaining to how he handled his son, and maybe how sometimes he can be, I think, too sensitive for his own good. And I think this idea of pettiness that's now become a thing that people think is funny, and like they're like people are now saying how petty they are, and like I'm pettiness at an all time high. It's not a good thing to be petty, right? But I think people are, and that's the thing about 50 is like he's the epitome of petty, and so he's shown it. Hopefully my channel doesn't get big enough that 50 tries to come after me, because he definitely is petty. But anyways, some people don't support him because he's petty and for other things that he's done. But man, he can executive produce TV shows for sure. Okay. Haji says, I'm not in Gambia at the moment. David is saying, oh, on YouTube. You can stream on YouTube and Instagram. That was a correction. Got it. All right, cool. Well, guys, look, we are at, I always do this, right? But we are at, why isn't it telling me? We should be at about an hour. I can't tell how long we've been online. Usually StreamYard will tell me how long we've been online. I can't see it. A couple of people have joined from Facebook too. Shout out to the Facebook people who've joined. Mostly YouTube, but some Facebook people have joined too. So I appreciate that. Okay, apparently there's a new show. He has his new show with the African Warrior is a money hustle depicting a black woman who would not date. I don't know about it, but I'll have to check it out. Twins Maker says 50 is very childish. Not to get off on a tangent about 50 Cent. It's not the idea. Just saying shows that stay true to the real life story tend to do well. BMF is that. BMF is doing well. He also casted Big Meech's son. I don't know if you guys know this. Let me just do this really quickly. I'm not a 50 apologist, but I think some things should be very clear about 50 Cent. He does go out of his way to do good things for people. If he feels you slighted him in any way, most of the time, unwarranted, he goes the exact opposite direction in pettiness. But I don't know if you guys know this, but every artist that was on his label, he basically gave them songs in order to help them do well, right? He gave them hooks, he gave them beats, he gave them producers, he gave them money, right? And what happened with all the rappers is that they became complacent because they expected it, right? So that's why all of the G Unit members, it didn't work out, right? And they'll all tell you he did all of that stuff for them. I mean, with the Game's first album, 5 of those songs were songs for 50's second album, and he gave them to the Game. He barely knew the guy, but Dr. Dre was like, "We need help finishing the album," and he did that. 50's very childish, but he actually did do that. What he does for actors, for uh, for the BMF show, Little Meech, Big Meech's son. The show is about Big Meech and his brother. What's his name? West. You guys, whatever his brother's name, whatever. The show's about the two brothers who basically are at the helm of BMF, and the son was living in like Florida or Atlanta at the time, or Vegas at the time. 50 paid for an apartment, paid for acting classes, and moved the son to Los Angeles so that he could learn the art of acting, so that he could play, so that he can audition, potentially get the audition, and become the person who played Big Meech on the show. Now, that's the thing that 50 does. He also, with all these actors on these different shows, he's given them his agent. He calls them and lets them know when he's going to big Hollywood parties where they can network with people and all that kind of stuff, and he brings them along. These actors who are new up and coming actors, they owe more than just the shows that they're on, but other additional work that they're getting to 50. He does go above and beyond. Now, people are not all one thing, but I just want to put that out there so that we know. I mean, I don't want to just be bashing 50 because I do know he's petty and he is childish, but there are some things that he does that you're just like, wow, most people would never do the level of effort he does for other people. Um, you would never expect that. King Wilfred did mention that 50 disrespecting Notori Naughton, who gave him a hit on a television series. He's a self-hating colorist. Oh wow, I don't know about that, but maybe. But yeah, he did. Be clear though, 50 tried to do what Snoop does with his page, and it doesn't work. Snoop reposts memes on his page, and they're never usually hurtful to other people unless it's people he doesn't know. Unfortunately, 50 tries to do the same thing, and it ends up being people he knows, like Notori Naughton. She did not deserve it, and he went in on her, and it wasn't cool. It was a meme that he reposted on his page. So you're right about that. That Power show would be nothing without Notori Naughton. She was a big part of that show. And the Power Book too. You know, obviously her role in getting the first season off the ground as one of the main characters there. But yeah, I mean, and I don't know if she decided not to come back to the show because of how she felt about what happened. Because I noticed that she's not at all big in season 2. Um, but what is Anthony Clemenson saying? 50 gave that actor who was working at Walmart a role in Power too. Right. The actor that was on A Different World, 50 got him a role on Power as well, got him back acting again. So yeah, I mean, but people are human, right? They got different aspects to their personality that sometimes, they're not all one thing. We could say that about Kanye too, but I don't want to get off on a tangent. All right, guys. I want to stick to the topic at hand. I want to talk about what's going on the continent. But I do like talking about things happening in the diaspora amongst our Black people because it's always good to talk about these things. But I just want to make sure we don't get too far off on a tangent. For those who come here for specific information, I don't want us to get too far off on a tangent and not get them the information they're looking for. Global Green Book says one love to you. Shout out to you. However, I am thinking about a forum where I can talk about, well, I mean, even on this forum, talk about stories and things happening in the diaspora more than just the topics specifically that I've been covering. Because I do pay attention a lot to what's happening in pop culture, not just gossip stuff, but like actually what's happening in the businesses, what's happening behind the scenes. All of that stuff is very interesting to me. I love to listen to interviews of people who are doing things in business and who are doing things in pop culture. just to understand their perspective, where they come from, how things have impacted them. Just that's always been my thing. And music was my first passion, so I do that with music a lot. So I know a lot about different artists' musical history, their label deals, a lot of that information. I know a lot about that, so I could love to talk about that too. So, so definitely willing to talk about that. Okay, best airlines into Gambia. I guess somebody's gonna have to answer that. I'm not sure. Multifaceted is probably asking Haji that question. African Rampant says, which are the best airlines to fly with to Sierra Leone? So I definitely wouldn't recommend Brussels Airlines right now because that's not been going well. But I think Air France comes here, Brussels Airlines comes here from the U.S. From and Ethiopian Airlines also comes here. From the continent of Africa, like at least from Ghana, there's Askai, there's Ethiopian Airlines, and there is Africa World Airlines, or AWA. So those are three airlines I fly on. I would say of those three, my best experience has been on Askai. So if you want to ask me those, but I mean they're pretty much the same. MJ says use Patreon for off-topic paid membership, another stream for income for authentic African. Love it. Great idea. Great idea, MJ. That's a good idea. I can do off-topic conversations for sure. If you guys want to talk about those things that are happening in diaspora on Patreon, happy to dive deeper into some of these these conversations that people have been wanting to have. Really happy to do that. I'll start a Patreon. That's a good idea. Multifaceted is asking more questions. That's for Haji. So I'll let Haji answer that. Anthony Clemens says it didn't seem like Ghana vax mandate is curbing any shows in Ghana because Accra is a big party right now. Do you think the mandate at the airport will last? So for the first part of your statement, yeah, I mean, look, I mean, over 50% of the U.S. has, if according to the public statements, are vaxxed, and I don't know what it is in the UK and other places, but if that's the case, and those people who want to travel, I know people who wanted to travel, and that was why they got vaxxed, right? So I would definitely say that that could have a lot to do with why there are a ton of people in Ghana right now, is because so many people got vaxxed, or people wanted to get back. People got vaxxed because they wanted to travel. Do I think the airport mandate at the airport will last? I don't know. I really don't know, because the thing is that these kinds of things usually get put into place to prevent something, and you have to see a number reducing or some other thing happening for them to relax it. I don't know if it'll be forever. I don't think anything's forever, but could it be to the end of next year? Could be. Could it be for another month? Could be that too. Really hard to tell. So yeah, don't know the answer to that. Any development going on in Sierra Leone? Are you asking about the house, David, or anything else? Because the house right now, it's on pause right now because of the holiday season. But we did get some more work done on the house. I went and met with the contractor. I mentioned it earlier, but I went and met with the contractor, and we had a very long discussion about my disappointments. Just figure out any other word that goes along with it, with his service so far and what he's done. And so the very next day, he was there doing work. Oh, development overall. So that was the question from David, is like development overall in general. Like I would say the country as a whole is developing. Yes. Are the people mostly responsible for it foreigners? That's also yes. So I wish I could see more Sierra Leonean owners of the big businesses, the big restaurants. Um, but that's not what we see right now. Most of it is from the Lebanese, the Chinese, the Indians, and Europeans. So we do need to fix that by adding more businesses from Africans, or Africans in the diaspora, for sure. Great question so far. Haji answered multifaceted's question by saying royal Sorry, by saying Royal Air Morocco. Yeah. All right, guys. We are at 1 hour and 10 minutes. Oh, African Rum Punch says that breaks my heart. Yeah, it's heartbreaking. It's tough to see that like all the major business. You're like, oh, this place is nice. This place is nice. I've heard this conversation so many times, and then you let them know other people own it or built it or whatever, and they're just like, oh. And that's just one thing we have to do. We got to catch up, and that's part of the reason why I'm here, right? Is to invest in small business owners. I think I've told you all. You know what? And that reminds me, I need to check my emails from those who had messaged me about this last week. But yeah, I've definitely started the process of starting a nonprofit that we're going to help get companies investment ready, whether it's to get a loan from a bank or to get private capital and to help them grow their businesses. And that I think is going to be super important. And that's part of what I'm here in Sierra Leone to do. We had our first board meeting. Was it last week or was it 2 weeks ago now? I can't even remember when I even got here. But yeah, it sucks that that's the case, but we got to make that change. So what do we got? So I see huge tourism potential in Sierra Leone. My friend Quasi was there last month, and the beaches there look like the Bahamas. Yeah, some of the best beaches in the world are in Sierra Leone. So for sure, the beaches are great. Great tourist destination. The issue at the airport is a challenge, just because you have to take a boat across the water, and there are a couple of options, 40 bucks each, and there's another smaller water taxi option that I don't think most people would be willing to test out, especially in the middle of the night, because a lot of these flights get in late. So that's one of the reasons to return. Yes, that foreigners own most of the businesses here. That's absolutely right. It's one of the reasons to return. For Sierra Leone, Air France, Belgium Air, Turkish Airlines, and many more in terms of what airlines to fly on. Okay, there you go. Africa Rum Punch says, I really want to support the community. Well, I appreciate that. Did you send me an email? Send me an email to contact@authenticafrican.com. I'm still behind on my emails from the last week. Uh, so I will do my best to get to your emails while I am here and I'm on break for a little bit because going back to Ghana, my life gets ultra hectic and I just don't have time to get around to these emails. So I need to do that before I leave. So send me some messages. Marish just joined. What's up, Mariama? Um, all right, cool. Any other questions? So Twins Maker says same in Jamaica. The Chinese, Syrians, American, and British. I guess they own everything. The government is robbing the locals and selling off their lands. They even have beaches and hotels that block people in. Wow, that's crazy. Sorry to hear that. So Robert Grissom says your opinion about the fashion business in Sierra Leone. So Mariama's on here actually, and she helps with has a fashion business herself. But in terms of local fashion businesses and local fashion, I mean, I think that's something that can use some work. I think there's a bit of a business right now because there is a gap in the market where people are, especially Western fashion, that people are looking to buy. You got to find people who are buying and bringing it in, and that's happening a ton. Um, so yeah, but overall, I think the business is nascent and it needs some help. There's obviously people who make the local clothes, but there aren't any like there. What I wouldn't say there is like a chain of fashion stores that are here. You might see it in maybe Ghana or somewhere else, but there's definitely a hole in the market for that. So something to look into. Oh, African Rum Punch was saying you have a website. Oh, you were saying support the community. Oh yeah. I have a website, authenticafrican.com, where I sell products made on the continent of Africa. For sure. All right. Twins Maker said I would love to go to Ghana, but I you don't want to take the vax. Um, okay. All right, guys. Any more questions, comments, concerns before we go? We're now an hour and 15 minutes in. Any questions, comments, anything else? Twinsmaker saying greed is destroying the island. This is the island of, remind me again. What last were we talking about, Twinsmaker? Jamaica? I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. In the meantime, Anthony says, "Are you willing to do business investment tour in Sierra Leone in the future, like a tour of different businesses that might be investable?" Yeah, I'd be happy to. That's a good idea. I've already interviewed a couple people who have businesses and or nonprofits that can either be help funded or um, invested in. So I'd love to do a business investment tour, like different businesses for sure, for sure. Oh, I think this is Barbados. There's a whole conversation going on Instagram Live. I love it. I love it. African Rum Punch says, "I love that idea." Um, I don't even remember what idea. Is this the Authentic African store? Let me know. All right, cool. Guys, we are at 1 hour and 16 minutes. I am fading. The more I talk, the more I cough, as you guys can see. Um, King Wilfred is asking, what opportunities will be profitable in Sierra Leone? I think any business can be profitable if you have the right target market and you are getting in front of that audience with your products. But any business can be marketable. It's just figuring out who to get in front of, or it can be profitable. Oh, only one says, hope you're feeling better. Thank you. I hope you feel better too. Oh, showcasing Sierra Leone businesses. That was the idea. African Rum Punch said. Okay, yeah. I love the idea as well. Uh, I have a bunch of interviews that I need to edit and get out. That was part of what I was planning to do. It's Mariama Forbes. Shout out to Mariama. So some of you said I showed up in your feed when you were looking at Sierra Leone videos. A video that's like at 4,700 views right now. Mariama's the one who did it with me. We did the 10 things I wish I knew, 10 more things, and we did a mukbang together as well. She's a content creator in the UK currently, or I don't know if you're in the UK right now, but who travels back and forth between the UK and the continent. So definitely check out Mariama's channel. Um, she's asking what's wrong. Just got here. Um, I don't know. I got a cold or something, but I've been COVID tested and apparently I'm negative. But yeah, I've been yeah, yeah, it's tough. So I'm coughing like crazy. African Rum Punch is saying hi to Mariama, so she must know her from YouTube as well. Okay, so Twins Bakers, I do a lot of in the community work around UK special needs in the UK about special needs. I think special needs is hugely important. I don't know about how profitable it is, but I think it's a great and noble thing to do. Um, Particularly autism. Yeah, I mean, not a lot of people know what autism is, what it means to be on the spectrum, what like how it presents itself. I have a family member who is autistic, and I have another friend who's on the spectrum. And they for sure see the world differently. But if you know how to, if you understand the individual, they tend to be hyper focused on certain things, which allows them to excel better than anybody else at certain things. So there are certain people on the spectrum who have autism, like they can hear a song one time and play it perfectly on the piano, even if they heard it like 50 years ago. It's crazy. It's crazy how fixated they can be on something, which allows them to have a level of skill that other people not on the spectrum have. So definitely, definitely something you should work on. Um, oh, and Twinsmaker said, sorry for the spelling. They can't see the writing. They're writing it. No worries at all. Not a problem. I try my best to read what you're saying, though. All right, guys. We're an hour and 20 minutes in. Any last minute words, comments, concerns? Let me know. Twinsmaker said it's really loud that young children suffer, like being on the spectrum, being autistic, because of the lack of understanding. Yeah, it is true. That's true. Yeah. Um, yeah, it sucks. I mean, but I mean, it takes people like you though to help raise that awareness, right? I mean, that's the idea. You know, you got to be the change you want to see, be the change in the world you want to see, something like that. And so, if you want to see something different, you got to do something different. You got to be the one. So Mariam is asking, is the cases for COVID high in Sierra Leone? Also, hop back to Sierra Leone right now. I just heard it's chaotic with JC. Yes, it's crazy. A lot of JC means just come, which meaning like people from the diaspora who are Sierra Leonean here. There are a bunch of people here. It's crazy. Um, yeah, the cases are growing for sure. I'm hearing that all the time. And Sierra Leone is pretty packed. Traffic is crazy. There's a ton of people out here. Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Um, Multicultural says, peace out, everyone. One love, Africa. Shout out to you. African Rum Punch says, feel better, get some rest. Joe says, there is an autistic school in Kissy in Freetown. Nice. Good to hear. Um, African Rum Punch is out. It was opened by Sierra Leone in the UK. Joe was saying about the hospital or the hospital, the school that's here for kids on the spectrum, or I guess kids with autism. Twinsmaker is saying mix up ginger, turmeric, key lime, and manuka honey. Drink fresh orange. Okay, we'll do. Do not take any ibuprofen. I actually don't take medication. I don't. I never do. But that's a good piece of advice though. All right. Robert says your experience with export of goods from Sierra Leone from and to Gambia. I've never done it. I've never, and I don't know anybody who has. But I can look into it. I know someone who's into the export business, small bit, but I can see if he's done anything. He's actually a second cousin of mine, so I'll let you know. MJ says feel better. Check your PayPal. Send something later, guys. Thanks, MJ. I really appreciate that. MJ out here sending support. I really appreciate that. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna call it. I think I'm gonna call it. King Wilford says, last statement, get some rest and heal. Okay, I will. All right, guys. Listen, on that note, I really appreciate you all for joining. It's been an hour and a half already. I can't even believe it. Almost an hour and 20 minutes. Thanks, everybody, for joining. You guys have been great as always. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. When you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know every time a new video comes out. When you hit that notification bell, hit all so that every video comes out, you get notified so you know when it's coming out and you can watch it when it comes out so that more people hear about it and see it. And with that, and again, take lots of herbs, Twin Maker says, and also says, tell all my friends to not take ibuprofen. I will do that. With that, thanks guys for joining, and I'll see you all in the next video.